shoutouts to my locals for putting up with my terrible Japanese and also for playing a format that's actually fun. So I've been playing generators for the past few days, given that there was the new support. And shoutouts to my locals for not caring that I've drawn the God Hand literally every game today. So what is the God Hand? Well, that would be having Mardell, having, I think this is World Legacy Monstrosities, Fenrir, the new one, Vera, and the draw 2. So you start off very easily with the draw 2. You pitch Vera, because, God forbid, Vera does the exact same thing in the graveyard as she does in hand. Add 2. These are what I would draw every game. Then, no monster on the field. Special summon Fenrir. Fenrir effect. Grab Fenrir, because that you can just do that for some reason. Now, we King Q teleport to get Psy Reflector. Psy Reflector effect, get Buster Beast to your hand. Buster Beast effect, pitch it to get Buster Mode. Now we show our opponent the Buster Mode that we just got, to then bring back the Buster Beast, make it level 8, because you want to make Shen Shen. And unlike the first 8 times I recorded this, I'm going to put Shen Shen in the extra monster zone. Wow! Now, Shen Shen's a level 9. It's a Wind Psychic, so we can actually use monstrosities here to get 2 different type and attribute level 9 monsters from our deck special summon, but they will destroy themselves in the end phase, except I'm summoning Iblis, the level 9 Iblis. I don't actually know what her name is in English. And some other water worm generator. Doesn't matter. But Iblis makes it so that our level 9 monsters can't be destroyed by card effects, which include the one we just got. So now is the fun part, which I definitely have enough zones for this time. I will activate Vera in Grave, pitching Mardell to special summon Vera. I will now use Vera's effect when she's special summoned to summon back Mardell. Mardell effect, you add, you guessed it, the Generator Boss Stage. And here's just whatever the heck you want to do with it. Activate Generator Boss Stage, and you can keep Iblis if you really want. You don't really have to, but you should Xyz off this Vera for sure. So obviously there's a few things I could have done here, and I changed depending on whatever game I was playing. The 2 choices are Levitin, the new one. Ooh, the new one, which allows you to slurp up your opponent's field. So here we can make a 5 material Levitin if we really wanted to. If we wanted to get rid of all of these. So we could take 5 cards from our opponent's field and or graveyard as a quick effect, which is crazy. Or we can get, what is this, Demiurgia. Demiurgia will let you, it is unaffected by monster effects. It's insane. And if you summon it with different attributes and types, you can actually just, not Zeus the field, you just destroy the whole field, except itself, as a, whenever you want on your turn, once per turn. Kind of nuts. But typically I would take out these 2 at the very least, depending on what exactly was happening, and make Levitin. You can even do 3 if you want. I'd probably do 3 here, play around Lightning Storm. And then you end your turn, and then your opponent's turn. Well, 1, you have Ash, but 2, you can do Generator Boss Stage, and just get Har, the Omni Negate. And then when you do that, Generator Boss Stage gets you your tokens. Now you lose to nothing. You literally lose to nothing. I guess you lose to Dark Ruler, but that kind of just, you still have a lot of beefy boys in the field. And on your opponent's turn, you can treat off your Levitin, as you are now learning to make the worm, Jormungandr, and then you just take as many materials as the Levitin had from your opponent's field or graveyard. It's actually crazy. Interesting other deck tips. You can use Mirror Logic. If you make Mirror Logic, you can send Mirror Logic to the graveyard to activate its effect to basically imperm 1 face-up card in the field. And then you can, whenever you want on your turn, just slurp it back up from your graveyard and then send it off again later. It's crazy. Zeus is Zeus. Omega You could also send from Mirror Logic, or you can make with the Psy Reflector combo. Jormungandr, enter Blathnir, self-explanatory, rip a card from your opponent, and you can actually make Baronne if you have any level 1 tuner. It's crazy. Comes up very often. But yeah, I've been playing Generator lately. It's super cool. It used to be way more bricky than it is now. Vera, a breath of fresh air. Like, if you have Vera and Mardell, that's like you have stage. You can get stage just with that. It's crazy. Obviously, the more you have, the better. I'm running, for instance, 3 copies of Monstrosity just because it's crazy. You can summon a level 9 from hand, or if you already have a level 9 on field, which is really easy to do now, you just you summon 2 from deck. It's crazy. The deck list I was using is using the Psy Reflector stuff. I don't love it, but I don't really have anything better to do. Like, the best thing to do to add to a deck that bricks a lot is to add more bricks. It's crazy. Kujikiri is the trade-in of the deck. Level 9 from your hand or field, which comes up. Send it to graveyard and draw 2. The only problem I noticed having today was that someone flipped Macrocosmos to me, and I could do literally nothing. I drew, I think, like Veiler with this list. I drew, like, a lot of these send. Kujikiri sends monsters. They don't discard. Yeah, there's just a bunch of sends in this deck. So that's the, like, only downside that I'm finding just from the testing today. But it's what you would expect. Uses Max C. Lopter. Lopter's crazy. Lopter just gets you a 9. It's the freest thing ever. I'm running 2 Psy Reflectors because it has come up that you use Psy Reflector to make Shen Shen, and then once you have Shen Shen, you normal summon the other one. So you just make Baronne, which is not bad, you know? Having an Omni is not bad, especially before 5 summons. I'm using Oroka to get Vera in the grave. 3 boss stage. 1-for-1 also gets you your Psy Reflector, or Veiler, should you desire it. This is like BES Pankratops. So long as your opponent has more monsters, you can summon it, which comes up if you're going second. I don't love it, but it is something. Iblis is crazy. I think it's so funny. But aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much the deck list. I can do an in-depth one at some other point. But this is just to show you the crazy luck I've had today, just from playing this deck a few times. And then the other crazy luck I've had, which have been, I bricked exactly once, and that was just on generic good stuff trash, and then got macro flipped on me, and it's just like, oh great, I can not use Max C, I cannot use Veiler, and I can't even Hakana because it just, they're already banished. So this deck loses to macro. That's about it.